Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and who I learned this truth from. And peace and blessings to the elect, sincere brothers out there that's pushing this truth in all sincerity. Alright, I'm going to call this video, My Dad Can Beat Up Your Dad, because I don't know what exactly brought me to that idea, but I don't know if I just recalled a memory of when how when you're kids you always talk about oh well, my big brother can beat up your big brother, my dad's stronger than your dad. But it just kind of got me thinking, and it made me think of this story in First Kings, the 18th chapter, when Elijah basically uh, was in a duel against 150 prophets of Baal, alright, which is a false god. Um, but I'm going to read it. This is First Kings 18. I'm going to start at I'll start at 24. And call ye on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of Yahweh. And the God that answereth by fire, let him be power. Alright, or let him be God. And all the people answered and said, it is well spoken. So they basically agreed to this contest. They said, alright, this is the rules. Alright, y'all can call upon your God, I'm going to call upon mine. And, whichever God rains down fire, that's going to be the true living power. Alright? And then, and Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose you one bullock for yourselves, and dress it as it first, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered. And they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them, and said, cry aloud, for he is a god. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awaked. So, hey, that's kind of the spirit, man, because the website I'm on has this little Jake laughing, man. That's what Elijah was doing, man. He was mocking, man. He was being sarcastic. He was laughing at him, teasing him, pissing them off, trying to get under their skin, because they were losing the battle, man. They were losing the contest. Fire wasn't coming down. He was mocking their dad, their power, and that's how who Israelites are, man. Because this is the way Israelites talk in the world. They talk a whole bunch of smack. Conor McGregor, man, that's how he's a Jake, because he talks all that shit. and before he got whooped by Khabib and and Nate Diaz at one time, he backed that shit up. He could talk that shit because he could back it up until he got whooped by Khabib, which I think he's a Jake too. But they're not in the truth, so they're not really Israelites. But anyways, that's how Jake talks, man. Sarcastic, crack jokes, get under your skin. That's the way the Most High talks too. You read some of the scriptures where like the Most High says, I will devour them, I will consume them. You hear Jake talk like that, like I eat cats like you for breakfast. You're so tiny, I can eat you for breakfast. That's what consume and devour means, to eat up and swallow. But He said, "Cry aloud, for he is a God." Either he is talking. He's like, maybe he's dealing with someone else. You know, you gotta cry aloud, man. He's dealing with somebody else. Cry aloud. He says, or he is pursuing. You know, maybe he's just doing something else. Cry louder, man. You know, making fun of him, man. Or he is in a journey. Maybe he's far off, like doing on a journey. You know, cry loud, man. Or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awake. He said, yeah, you surely he's a power, man. But maybe he's just asleep. You know, cry loud. Try to wake him up. You know, he's talking shit. Uh, Verse 29, and it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied until the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto all the people, Come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of the Lord that was broken down. Salakia. And Elijah took 12 stones according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. Alright, because Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Alright, and with the stones he built an altar in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and he made a trench about the altar, as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. I don't know exactly how big that is, but it sounds, he probably dug a deep, big-ass trench, alright? And he put the wood in order and cut the bullock in pieces, and laid him on the wood and said, Fill 4 barrels with water, and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. So this is him, like, flexing. Alright, he said, I'm going to show you how great I am. Like Muhammad Ali said, he's like, I'll show you how great I am. So he drenched, you know, the burnt offering and the wood that was supposed to ignite, like, be the fuel to the fire. He wet that down. And check this out, with 4 barrels of water. And he said, do it the second time. So it's 8 barrels of water. And they did it the second time, and he said, do it the third time. 16 barrels of water, and they did it the third time. And the water ran round about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. So the big ass trench that he dug, that was filled with water. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Yahweh, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known this day that thou art the power in Israel, and that I am thy servant, and that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O Yahweh, hear me, that this people may know that thou art Yahweh power, and that thou hast turned their heart back again. Then the fire of Yahweh fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice. You know, it didn't like take a while for it to, you know, flame and, you know, ashes, you know, it pop and fizzle. No, it fell, and that was it. There was no water, there was no sacrifice. It says, and consumed the burnt sacrifice, the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. Yo, this is saying, yo, Elijah was saying, hey, my dad can beat your dad blindfolded with his hands tied behind his back and tied up in a, what do they call that? I think they call it a pig's tie, where they tie up their hands and feet behind your back. It said blindfolded, you know, all of that, man. You could have all the advantages. You come up with the rules, my dad will still beat your dad's ass. But yeah, man, I just thought that this was funny saying, like, funny things that, you know, little kids do in the world, man, because they always said that. I always said that growing up, but in a spiritual sense, you know, our Heavenly Father can can consume any power there is on the, he created everything. And actually, I'll get that really quick. Isaiah 45:5. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. So I mean, we know here, brothers, that Yahweh Bashim Al Shai is a true power. All right. But with that, I hope this video was edifying and and uplifting. Because I got a little chuckle out of it, but it's true, man. Because a lot of jokes have truth in them, you know. But with that, I'm gonna say shalom.